Hi, welcome to Depth, Not Just Headlines with me, Deborah Anderson. I'm coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, where we're in a state of confusion at this point in time. Governor Kemp, or Governor Brian Kemp, called for the state to reopen for business. However, the city's mayor, Keisha Bottoms, has decided that she will not be having it and is encouraging businesses to remain closed as we are still in the midst of the coronavirus or COVID-19 pandemic. Now, so many people are confused because they want to try to understand what's going on. Do we open or do we not reopen? Are we going to face any penalties should we open our businesses? Because at this point in time, Governor Kemp is head of the state, but of course, Mayor Lance Bottoms is head of the city or is in charge of the city. So people want to know, who are we going to listen to at this point in time? Well, some businesses actually went ahead. They carried out major sanitization. They cleaned up their businesses to get operation on the way or to become operational, while others have decided, particularly major entities, that they are not going to reopen right now because they still believe that their employees will be at risk should they have them coming in at this point in time. Now, before we go into all that's going on today further, I want to just take you back to a month ago when Mayor Lance Bottoms issued an executive order to curb the spread of COVID-19. And she instituted a temporary order for individuals within the territorial jurisdictions limits of the city of Atlanta to stay in their place of residence in response to the rising number of COVID-19 infections, right? She went on to say that she appreciates the leadership of Governor Brian Kemp during the crisis, and she appreciates his concern for the well-being of the people across Georgia. But she said the health and well-being of the people is of paramount importance to her, hence the reason she called for, that lockdown, okay? And Governor Kemp now had started, he was touting in recent days that he was looking at reopening the city, and he actually had the support of the president and vice president up until a day ago when President Trump rescinded and said, hey, I don't think that, it's safe for you to open the city as yet. But then again, he had also absolved himself of what's going on in the various states and had said that to each his own. So every governor, it would be their responsibility to determine whether or not they open their state, right? So he wouldn't put down the heavy hand of the law. And so Governor Kemp decided that, hey, I'm going to go ahead. I feel like Georgia is ready. But Keisha Lance Bottoms, or Mayor Lance Bottoms, says she's having none of that. She's like, hey, we're not ready. You need to listen to the experts. There's no way we can put the lives at risk. We've already had so many cases of COVID-19 here, and I'm going to pull those figures up for you. Up to today, we've had 21,102 confirmed cases in Georgia. And we don't have the cases of those who have recovered yet, or if any has recovered. And we've had 846 reported deaths, right, stemming from COVID-19 so far in Georgia. And that overall in the United States, we've had 905,000 cases, with 83,681 up to today having been reported as recovered, and 51,209 deaths reported. So we're asking you viewers, what do you think? Are you in agreement with Governor Kemp, or are you in agreement with Mayor Lance Bottoms? Do you believe that we're in a state of readiness, for the opening of businesses? Do you think that is way too early? We're still in the midst of the pandemic, or do you believe that things are tapering off and we could open, let's say on a gradual basis? Feel free to leave your comments below. In the meantime, we have of the Fortune 500 companies across the United States, 18 of them are headquartered here in Georgia, and majority of them are saying, hey, Nope, all your essential workers are going to be going into office. Until then, everybody else will be working remotely. We have like Delta Airlines saying that their offices are closed, only critical workers are coming in. Companies like Coca-Cola saying the same thing. None of them have specified or has specified when exactly they'll be opening, but they all say, hey, not right now. We're talking about Home Depot, Mercedes Benz. We're looking at companies like, automakers as well, several automakers. We have UPS. UPS says that its employees, office employees, are also, working remotely. And we have the agro equipment manufacturer, AGCO or AGCO, and it's encouraging all its staff to stay home as well until further notice. So some people are using their own discretion and they're saying, hey, it doesn't matter what Governor Kemp says, we're not putting our employees at risk. Others are saying, hey, it's time to reopen. We feel that we're no longer in crisis state, all right? But again, Mayor Lance Bottom says, because we have beds available in the hospital doesn't mean that we need to fill them. And if you're in agreement with what she's saying, again, just a reminder, leave me your comments and I'll be updating you as the situation continues to unfold here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks again so much for watching Depth, Not Just Headlines with me, Deborah Anderson. Looking forward to continuing with the updates.